I've just emailed you the link that I received, the one that I was able to join successfully, easily.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Are you in your home office today?
No, actually, well, the place I live, there is a shopping center. So the shopping center has a space for people to do some work. Uh,
Wow,
yeah, so
so cool.
yeah, it is cool, and the free Wi-Fi. Then that's why I was there.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, potentially we don't have to wait for him now. I'm not sure. I cannot help him as well because I was not in front of the computer. But even if you are here, we may just record it and send it to them. That's the best way. So,
Okay.
well, what are we gonna cover? I think we're gonna cover three things, and the three things actually um, to help you understand, what's what I guess. Um, I know you are. By the way, you are in the program. You're gonna learn this, but today you're going to. I think you're gonna understand. I think every agent was helping try to understand the, um, the indigent system. They should be building as well.
Yeah.
So we're gonna cover three things. The first one is a hidden secret the education and the training company use, to get a client on demand, and how you can use it too. I'm gonna share you a story, and at that time I think I realized, how education and the training company actually they get a client. They don't have to do door knocking like cold prospecting and all sort of the uh, strategy or tactics, most of the real estate agents are doing. And so I'm gonna share about that, how they did it. And secret number two, I'm gonna share about it, how to get them proven to work webinar, presentation done in less than a few days, instead of weeks or months. I think in one of the webinar, I think one of the funnel, and I give to you and Bray, it is a webinar funnel. And I'm going to explain, why we need to use that webinar funnel,
Okay.
and how you can get it done. Most people say, okay, how I can, create a webinar and what's the presentation. So I'm going to cover, how you can get done very quickly. And second number three is how to get the most qualified leads or prospect come into your webinar funnel without paying for advertising. Well, in the past, what we do is, actually I was helping the real estate agent run the Facebook ads and to get leads. And so the real estate agent, they run Facebook ads, and but because Facebook shut down my ad account, and also I say some other people's ad account has been shut down. So I just need to find out, okay, what will be the more what I found out. I think a more stable way to get a lead, and the lead source should be more stable because rely on any other platforms, traffic, because these other people's platforms, so they will, you know, so they can shut down an account, or they can increase the cost for you to get leads from them. And so I'm going to discuss, what will be the more stable way to do that. So the second number one, I think, some people, some agent, might ask, I don't understand how to use a webinar funnel to prospect for me, 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. And I think I totally understand your confusion. So I think let me tell you a quick story to answer your question. At that time, I was working as a digital marketer who helped the real estate agent, help them build a sales funnel. At that time, I was trying to figure out, how to help the agent. Basically, it's built on like a automate home lead gen funnel. So at that time, I really want to help one of my clients, build a sales funnel and convert the website visitor into leads, and also qualify, them as well into the prospect vendor. So I wouldn't have to ask and spend more money, drive traffic. That does not work. So I want to be able to figure out, the most attractive offer, I can use to advertise it, a qualified home center for the agent. So another time I was trying to work out what is the offer. I'm sure now you know. Another time, when I get started, we tried a free market proposal. We try to. I'm sure every agent now who are using free market proposal to say, okay, we did that, and actually we run Facebook ads for use a free market proposal to help the agent get leads. We get some leads, but the problem is that every agent use a free market proposal to get leads. Let's say, okay, do you want to find how much your property worth? And you can then we another time we are running ads, Facebook ad. We say, okay, if you want to know how much your property worth, then we have a Facebook ad, and then they can click the ad, leave the contact detail, yeah. And then after people left the contact detail, I found out, and yeah, because they need every code, and then most of people actually don't answer the phone call. Why? They just want a free market proposal, and so they have no any trust or relationship built with the agent, because they can get a free market proposal from any other agent as well. Just sometimes they saw the ad and they leave the contact details and they forget about it. So even if we would get leads from that way, but the leads are every code, and because the offer is there's not much value as well. And so at the same time, I also want to figure out what kind of sales copy I should write, for the sales funnel as well. So another time we are using ebook funnel. I think I give you one. And ebook funnel is the one we use. And so we use the ebook funnel and get people to, get people to get the ebook. And so once people get the ebook, then they're going to, basically receive a phone call from the agent, and the agent will, tell them, okay, do you book a meeting with them, then to discuss the agent help them sell the property. So, this is kind of the landing page view. So we try to figure out, what should we put on the landing page and how we can design it. So basically, I said, why sell with David Cho and the team? One of the agent I work with is David Cho. I said, another time I was trying to work on the unique selling point. I say the agent has extensive local knowledge, and also he has a leading auctioneer and has a 2-decade experience. And I'm sure you can relate to it. Most of the agent, when they're trying to differentiate themselves from other agents, they're always gonna use, okay, I have so much experience, or I have or I have the extensive local knowledge. I'm not sure any agent in your local suburb. Do you think your agent, who trying to differentiate themselves from using some of this kind of unique selling point?
Yeah, the local competitor.
Yeah. I mean, at the time I was using that. I was using that to, to help the agent. I say, okay, you need to differentiate yourself. So we come up with some unique selling point, and we say, this is a unique selling point. Then we get people, to go to this kind of funnel. And we found out it doesn't really work that very well, because every agent say, okay, I have good local knowledge. And as long as they have been in the area for a long time, every agent can say that. It's not really quite unique. It's just every agent, use that. And and also I was trying to figure out what kind of web page should be included in the sales funnel, and how I can build a successful marketing agent in the restaurant niche. At the time, we trying to build this kind of funnel, and so people can, okay, if you want to find out how much your property worth, leave your name, email, and contact details. The agent can give them a call. We have a video. The video is the agent is doing the auction, and so that's basically the funnel. When we get started was building. And since at that time, I didn't work in the industry for a long time, and so I just thought about it. Every agent use that to do leads. So we do every other agent doing, build that kind of funnel. And so yeah, so another time, by the way, the client paid me money, but I found that the leads we generate just really cold, and because and also the cost per lead is quite high as well, because we use a free market proposal to get in leads. and every other agent use a free market proposal. So it's not really attractive enough for for people to leave the contact detail and these every code because everyone use a free market proposal. So uh, so what does it mean is you on you give even if you give them a tell you go to RP data general report and give to the home center, and home center cannot say really value for it because you just report any agent can get it from RP data. So the agent doesn't. So I was just trying to figure out what how the agent can build a trust. What's kind of the information the agent need to give to the vendor. So because the free market proposal just not valuable enough. Uh, by the way, another time, the client paid me 2,997, to build a funnel for him as well. And well, the problem was, if I could not figure that out in my 7 business, actually I tried for multi-level marketing in the past, and also I tried to start a business with actually with a life coach at that time. Actually, it's a John DiMartini facilitator, but business didn't work out. Uh, then the reason why business didn't work out, and by the way, I think it's possible to make money in multi-level marketing. I know you are in the network marketing. It is possible. And but when I get started, pretty much that'll be 5 years ago. And at that time, I just left. I wasn't doing very well in the high school. By the way, have you heard about HSC, Higher School Certificate?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So another time in the New South Wales, they call it ATAR, ATAR. Basically, is how much marks you get for your HSC, and then that give you entry level to go to uni. Well, at that time, my ATA was really really low. I think I'm in the bottom of the student. I get about 70. 70, by the way, the total ATA, the highest you can get, I think is 99.99 something. And 70 is really low. 70 barely, I can barely, you know, I can barely go to uni, get into uni to do our course. Another time, I found that the worst. Have you heard about the University of Western UWS?
Yeah.
Yeah, UWS. Another time, but UWS is is not a top university. It's just having no ranking. I found out from my kind of data, I can barely go to UWS and doing some sport type of the degree. But lucky enough, because the English was my secondary language, so New South Wales education department give me 10 bonuses. It's kind of ridiculous. Give me 10. So instead of like I get a 70, I get I get 80. And so when I get 80, another time I found out even with 80, I still could not do a really good degree. I found out the best degree I can possibly find would be something called a sports science. By the way, you don't have nothing fancy about sports science. When you finish a degree, you can become a PE teacher or become a personal trainer. That's what I know. I thought, oh, okay, maybe I can get a job for a personal trainer, and so that's how bad I was when I was in the school. So then I decided, so after high school, I sort of because just from my culture and Asian culture, said from by the way, become a personal trainer or become a PE teacher is not acceptable in the Asian culture, especially in Chinese culture.
Wow.
They will expect your kids to become a doctor, lawyer, or engineer.
Wow.
Uh, yeah, they just thought that you are failure if you want to do that. I said I have no choice. Then so after high school, then I have to figure out something. I saw personal trainer. And then I saw that it is not acceptable in my culture, and also was a failure. So I wanted to find a better lucky love. That is why I found one of my friends, and in the church I used to go to local church, and actually he went to UNSW. He got a master of IT, and so he got a master of IT. At that time, I was talking to him, just say, okay, what should I do after high school? I thought about it, he has a really good job. And that time he told me, by the way, he has 3 kids, and his job was under risk because the company he worked for is called BT, British Telecommunication, and is one of the largest telecommunication in the world. But the largest one, not the largest in Australia, because Australia has Telstra in Optus, and he's make a really good income, 100K a year as well. But he was facing redundancy because the company BT, was going to move to Malaysia because the labor cost in Australia is really high, and so the company can pay someone maybe 20 grand for same type of person, and he's a network engineer. So company the BT can pay 20 grand in Malaysia to get a network engineer, and
Wow.
why BT should be pay 100 grand for him. So he was going to lose his job. So he was a person introduced me to network marketing, by the way. And so that time, he lost a job, and then he started looking for network marketing. He's a person. So the reason why that's the reason why that's how I get started in network marketing. Then the first network marketing company, didn't succeed because I didn't know how to do marketing. Well, the second one, it didn't succeed either. First one is to sell some of the mobile payment software, getting people into the opportunity. Second one is a e-commerce. That time, we are sell e-commerce fashion, luxury stuff. I didn't know any online marketing at the time, so I didn't know how to, get people to buy the e-commerce, product. And third one I joined is, I'm not sure you heard about a company called Market American.
No.
You know Market American, do you?
No, I don't know that one.
Do you know Amway?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Market American is one of the top performance in Amway come out. And I took a man with model. He built an e-commerce, but the product is very similar. He just sold online, and he is quite big is one of the top, multi-level marketing as well. So I joined it. What they sell, they just sell the household item like detergent, like I wasn't very passionate about it, but I still cannot figure out, how to do marketing. Then I failed that one as well. And then the fourth one I joined actually is a personal development called Success Resource. They have a network marketing company. They say, okay, basically they get people to join there and people can promote their event, personal development program. And that time I was in personal development, but it was a struggle, to get people to attend they have a presentation. Then in a presentation, they explain the business opportunity you can get. So so I think the reason why I was in the marketing right now is because every multi-level marketing I was doing, I failed because I didn't know how to do marketing. And every business, then I went there, try to start a business with a life coach, and she's a John DeMartini's student, so she tried to start one. And that time, she rent a office actually in the CBD, and another time, another time I was in personal development. I was passionate about it. We can do something, So, uh, so she sold one of her property as well. She got an investment property. I think she got some money, and then she tried to start a business. She had no experience as well. She was a nurse before that, working in a hospital. So she has I didn't have any business experience as well. So both us, just try to do the things. But at the time we was running some event, but the problem is we are struggle, to get people to attend that event, and then the business failed in about 6 months because she has to keep pay rent. The rent is about $3,000 per month for the office, she has got, and she also has to pay some other stuff as well. So then also so then after trying so many things failed, then at that point I realized at that time I was I'm not sure you heard about book called Thinking and Grow Rich. Yeah. So at that time I was introduced to a book, and I just tried to figure out what should I do with my life. And in the book, actually the first chapter of the book, Napoleon Hill said, the first step to build wealth And it is actually the first step for anyone wanting to succeed in life as well. They say you must find out what your life purpose is. I'm sure everyone in the personal development, everyone should agree. We need to find our life purpose. Yeah. Another time I have no idea what my life purpose is. I will just try different things. You know, I failed in the school, then try different multi-level marketing, try different things. But in the first chapter, I think I truly on Napoleon Hill actually explained the way how you can find your life purpose as well. He said, you know, he tell a story. He tell like at that time the Think and Grow Rich was was founded by Andrew Carnegie, the wealthy man in the world. So he told a story. In that story, he said Andrew Carnegie, before he was building a steel corporation, and he was he was in the railway business. So he was trying to build a bridge, and for his mentor Tom Silver. So the bridge, because that time is a civil war in the American, 1860, and the bridge can send the troops, which is the army, across the Mississippi River. And so Andrew Carnegie at that time is really struggle because Mississippi River is really wide as well. And what kind of material you need to build? At that time, the technology is really not advanced. So what kind of material do you need to, use to build the bridge? Most of the bridge is built by stone at that time, by the way. But Mississippi River is so wide. If you use stone, and then if stone is not a resilience of the stone is not a good, because though the bridge will fall down, then Andrew Carnegie just really struggle at that time. But one day he walked through a steel shop. So like a handyman trying to use a hammer to hit the steel, make the steel stronger. And he got an idea. He saw steel is the strongest material in the world at that time. And how do we use steel to build a bridge? So then, and that is why he contacts them. Another time he contacts a steel manufacturer and trying to use steel. But the bridge has been built. Then the army has sent to from the north to the south and fight, win the war. But the cost to build the bridge already tripled, and because at that time manufacturing steel was really expensive, and so build a bridge you need tons of steel, not just steel to to build the sword. So Andrew Carnegie at that time, his business adventure just try to figure out a way, to manufacture steel in a more cost-effective way. So he built his company called Steel Corporation. Now he become the wealthy man in the world. So the point Napoleon Hill trying to make is, he said anyone in life we're gonna hit some of the challenge. He called it defeat. Challenge is like Andrew Carnegie. He faced a challenge, figure out what kind of material to use to build a bridge, and then he found steel. He found steel cost a lot of money. Then he built his steel corporation. So at that time, I realized, he said, your life is the biggest challenge will become your biggest opportunity. You just need to change your perception. At that time, I thought about it. My biggest challenge in life is marketing, because any multi-level marketing I was trying, and I just didn't know how to do marketing. That's how I get into marketing. That's how I get started. And then that's the time. That's approximately 4 or 5 years ago. That's the time I realized if I cannot figure out the marketing sense, any business, because I'm sure you can relate to it. Like in this country, I think it's very hard to get a high-paid job. And if you don't have any good degree, that time I didn't finish the sports science. I dropped out because I was doing the multi-level marketing. So, so without a degree, without a sports science, I couldn't become personal trainer. And so personal trainer didn't make much money as well, but at least 50, 60K. And so I couldn't find any high-paid job like most of the people who have a good degree. So the only option for me either going to start a business or go into a sales job. And so that is why I was then I realized if I cannot figure out the marketing, if I'm going to a sales job, I I will be very struggle because I don't know how to get a client. And also, if I'm going to business, I don't know how to get a client as well if I cannot figure marketing. So that is the time I started really buy a lot of marketing books, attend the seminars, buy online courses, learn from lots of friends and all sorts of the people, and trying to figure out the marketing. I bought a lot of the, like spend thousands of dollars trying to, that's how I get started. Then on the process, then I learn it. Then I, um, then I find a niche market, which is a real estate agent. And now I, figure out a way, try to help a real estate agent, to do marketing. But the reason why I was doing this, actually, I was trying to solve my own problem. That's all. I wasn't. It's not because I'm really passionate about marketing, but now I become more passionate about it because I can see, you know, marketing is so important for any business, for any salesperson now. So so that is how I think why I do what I do now. You know, so the reason why I tell that I think is to help the people understand the journey I am and why I do and how I can help them. So no, let's keep back to that one. So another time I was trying to sell business venture will failed, and so then another time I think that is the that is the things that is the time. And I remember a success strategy. Tony Robbins told me, if anyone has been getting success in any field consistently, then you may need to stop, try to figure out and start modeling what they are doing. And so I started looking for, who else, has built the actually has built the webinar funnel and for the real estate agent, to get leads. And so, and also I discovered the secret how education and the training company use to get a client on demand as well. So I tell you a quick story about how I discovered this and how I discovered it. I think I told this story in one of my Facebook Live, but I can tell you again. So uh, I remember I think it's a time, another time, my mom just bought an investment property in 2014, but her property, investment property didn't, is negative gearing. So she was be a struggle, to pay off the, because the money should come out of her pocket. So another time I was looking for information and to help her with the investment property. And I attend one of the property investment seminar. And have you heard about a lady? Her name is Deepa Boho. No,
Not that one.
not one. She's one of the she told everyone she's one of the she said she's the number one real estate investor educator in Australia. And later on I found
yeah, I know who you mean. Yeah.
She has a company called I Love Real Estate TV.
Yeah.
So another time, I went to her event and I bought her program. The program is really expensive. I bought it, and then she has three type of program. The first type is cost about $5,000 for ultimate real estate investment, and then she has another one called Quantum. That's more advanced part. Then she has the one-on-one coaching, not one-on-one coaching, but the coaching one, which is $25,000. I bought the middle one, which is $11,000 to join the, join her program. So I joined the program, and the program then she's running, and at the Parramatta. I live in Sydney, so I traveled to Parramatta, attended the seminar, and so in the seminar, this is her program, by the way. Inside is a lot of I learned a lot. I think the program definitely worth the money for sure. And what's for pay it is expensive. I know it is $5,000 or $11,000. It is expensive, but a lot of things I learned from her. That's how I learned so much about property now. And so she has a lot of knowledge. She has decades in knowledge in the property investment. I think it is valuable. And I think from what I know, about 7,900 people joined it. So
Wow.
700, so paid member. You have to be paid member to be joined the Facebook group. So think about how much money she has made. So if average person need to pay $5,000, and so she could have made like after $35 million. But she has a program which is 5,000, 11,000, and 25,000. And I think like her business should be around 20 to 30 million. At this point. And I can say a lot of people join it. But okay, we're not talking about her success. And at that time, I found something really interesting at that time. So it was a seminar in the Parramatta, and I was attending. And it is a 3-day seminar. And so she's teaching about property investment, how you can do something called manufacturer growth, getting a high yield. For I was learning a lot. And after seminars, there's a morning break, like a tea break. So and she gave the chance to network with some other people who joined the program. So at that time, I was was networking with a gentleman, and who told me, and he live in he just get started in the property investment, and he live in the area called Castle Hill. Do you know Castle Hill?
Yes.
Yeah, Castle Hill is one of the in the northwest Sydney, but it's one of it is one of the farm area. One of the agent I work with. So he that's his farm area. So I think 25,000 population, and so he live in and he run a business in that area. So that time talk about it, and at that time he just get started with the property investment. And so he listened to the Deepak Boho say so this gentleman actually he started actually think about selling his own property and then to buy a investment property. At that time I know our agent, actually the agent I work with, and in Castle, as I can refer you to the agent. So I get his contact, and but at that time I had a epiphany. This is his shop. He actually has a shop in the Castle Hill called Rainbow Organic Castle Hill shop. He has a 2 shop, one in the Penrith, one in the Castle Hill. That's his shop, and he live in Castle Hill as well. So I introduced him to the agent. And so, but at that time I had a bit of epiphany, and this is really interesting as well, because at that time I just got a epiphany, and this is so important as well. I realized Deepak Boho, she didn't do door knocking, she didn't do letterbox dropping, get the person to go into the seminar, and the guy paid $11,000 to go into a seminar as well. She didn't do it. She didn't do door knocking. And but the agent I work with, then I refer him to an agent. The region has to get a prospect, get him as a client, as a vendor, to door knocking, cold calling, and letterbox dropping. Then another time I just reflect. I just said, okay, how did Deepak Boho getting as a client, asking as well? He said, another time I saw Deepak Boho's Facebook ad, I click his ad and go into his event registration page, create an event, and then in a free event, then I sign up her program. At that time, I just had a epiphany. At that time, I was doing marketing for the agent I was working with in the Castle Hill. I thought, how about I just take the strategy Deepak Boho was doing and helping the agent do the same sense? Do you get the idea? Because I thought about this can work for the agent as well. If Deepak Boho can get this person who still in the Castle Hill to become a paid client, how about the agent can use the same strategy and get the person still in the Castle Hill to be on that's a light bulb I open up. I thought, wow, this can work for agent, because agent I know, because I was working agent. Every agent, is doing like door knocking. Actually, the agent I was working with, he's doing door knocking and cold calling, and also doing their box dropping. I found it's so ineffective. And I thought about Deepak Boho. She wasn't doing door knocking. She wasn't doing letterbox dropping. She wasn't doing cold calling to get a person to become a paid client, and a person pay 11 grand as well, like I did. And then I said, agent need to get a vendor to pay them like a 10 grand or 20 grand commission. How the agent can take the same strategy Deepak Boho is doing? So that's the time I really looking for, okay, what's a marketing strategy, and what's the process they're doing. I started, researching. I started, learning about it. So at that time, I just found out you know, why this can work for aging. I thought about it. At the time, I just have a light bulb. Then I did research, and I found a guy named Chet Holmes. And so Chet Holmes actually, he did some interesting research, and the interesting research become the foundation of the marketing we are doing now, and called education-based marketing. So this is the research has done. He found out in any industry, including real estate industry, I think we can relate to it. But 3% of people, you know, who are looking to purchase a product or services, and 7% of people who are open to buy but not looking for it. What that means is that 7% of people, you know, who are, you know, I give example. Let's say you can do some research, and I did some research in a suburb. You know, 3% of people, you can only find maybe, let's say in a suburb in Castle Hill, and there are 1,000 there are 1,000 property there. You know, there are 1,000 properties there, but you may find out maybe there are only 3 to 5% of property are on the market, and there are 7% of, you know, prospective vendor who are talking to their agent, you know, to get the property list on the market as well, and 30% of people, you know, who are not talking to agent, but they are researching some information, and or maybe they're watching some news, you know, to get a property sale. Let's just say, during some of the time, like GFC, you know, at that time, you know, if that, at that time, you know, people just looking for information. So the, I want to explain to you, it is a majority of people actually, what I mean is one, majority of people who are, when they're looking to sell the property, only 3% of people will contact you, because the 3% of people who may just know you, who are gonna, like I work with the agent in the Castle Hill, 3% of people know him as an agent in that area. The agent is contacting him to say, okay, you know, we want to, you know, because the agent, because the prospective vendor know him, he's gonna give him a call and contact agent for the listing presentation. But whether the agent can win the listing presentation, it depends on how good the offer is. That is why you need a good offer. So if you are, and for him, and he can compete with other agent because he's the number one in the local area, and he has a big market share. But for the agent, you know, who doesn't have a big market share, that is why you need a offer. And so that doesn't make sense, because if you don't have a big market share and you trying to get the 3% of people who want to sell the property, it's really competitive. Because 3% of people who think, okay, I want to sell right now, and so they are looking for agent. But which agent they're gonna choose? And so during the interview process, if you don't have a good offer, it's really hard for you to win the listing. Okay, but the marketing strategy we're not talking about is not about offer. We're talking about it is how you can capture more, which is a bigger chunk of the pyramid. Instead of like talk about 3% who are already talking to agent, how about you talking to 7%, you know, who may just research our agent, and or 30% who may just research information that help them sell the property. And so this is something. So Chet Holmes found out what do you need. The only way you can get is that 30% to become the 3%, and get a 3% to list a property with you or to buy your product or service, is use something called education-based marketing. And so education-based marketing is, and so by the way, the 30% of people who are not talking to you is not because you know, they don't like you. It's not because they just don't know you are existing in the marketplace. So I give you an example about it. I think maybe. So the 30%, it just, I mean, you can relate to it. The 30% of people, they just don't know there is an agent like you in the marketplace, and also they don't have you know, they don't have the desire to, I guess, to sell the property on a time. So if someone, you know, can use education-based marketing, educate them and bring them on the top of the pyramid. And so when they, you know, when they need an agent, you already spend the time educate them to go into each level of the pyramid. So when they need an agent, then they will contact you, and instead of other agent, because you already spent so much time build a trust with them. Actually, that is a different Boho did as well. And that time I was talking to a gentleman. By the way, the gentleman wasn't thinking about selling the property. The gentleman he wasn't not thinking about investing property at the time as well. He was running his business like a organic food shop in the Castle Hill area. But because Deborah Boho in her event, he has a presentation. She has a presentation. She educated, tell the reason why in your business. They said, basically she compared, property investment with business. The business has 85% failure rate, and also even if you are in the business and you need another stream of income, property investment give you second stream of income apart from the income you get from business. They said if your business failed, you have the income from property investment, to secure your family financial future. And so that is why the gentleman I met in a property investment seminar, he wanted to buy the program and invest. So Deborah Boho use a marketing strategy to bring them up to the top of the pyramid. And so the person, started thinking about it. Does this make sense to you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. And so then I was thinking about, okay, once I understand this, then I think how I can help agent do this as well. And then I realized the agent need an education-based marketing presentation, like Deborah Boho has. And so I was trying to figure out how they're going to have, how they're going to create something like that. Because I found that it's so powerful. If agent can have this, then they can, bring they can bring the people who are just looking for information to the top of the pyramid, then to get them sell the property. So this is what does it mean? What does it mean if you use it? Okay, so as the education-based marketing presentation will be a thing, you can use general home Synergize and sell your core instead. So as a result, I create and launch. So I did, and that time, I want to test in my own business work. And so I did, and that time I was trying to figure out, figure out, how to create an education-based marketing presentation. So at that time, I was I'm not sure you heard about Toastmaster.
No.
It's a public speaking, like organization that teach you public speaking. And so I was saying,
Toastmasters, yes.
Yeah, I need to learn how to present, and so I joined the Toastmaster. Well, Toastmaster is okay, but they don't teach you. They teach you how to speak like confidently, like don't, But just that's not the way I was looking for. I joined the Toastmaster. Then I also, and I was looking for the public speaking, trying to learn how to do presentation. I tried to basically I was trying to learn. And then I saw them. I just saw Deborah Boho. She sold on stage. By the way, just in her event, I give you an idea. In one of her events, she got 100 people. 20 people signing up her program. So, she was making, let's say 5,000 is the minimum, and 11,000 is the people who join. So 20, let's say I just minimum. I didn't know how much money she made from that presentation, but the 20 people bought a 5,000 program would be how much money she make? 100K, yeah.
Easy.
Yeah, she make minimum 100K, and her presentation at that time only about like 2 hours as well. 2 hours she made 100K just from there. That's why I was trying to. I just say, okay, if I can learn that, then I can make I'm not saying I make 100K, and then I can.
But you will.
Yeah, but that's the time. That's the time I was sold. I was sold. I need to learn how she did what she's doing. But I found I think I get another time I was trying to learn investment property then, but I found, I'm sure you know as well, from the investment property, how can you make 100K in 2 hours? You cannot make 100K in 2 hours by doing investment property. There's no way. Now I think Deborah Boho made more money, to teach people, the investment property rather than buying the investment for herself, because from property investment, the highest one, you can make, and from what she was teaching people to property development as well, 30%. You may get a 30% return from probably development deal, like 30%, doing small like townhouse development in 12
Wow.
months. And that is the result. Some of the students, it is good, but compared to like 100K in 2 hours, I just found this one is a way the return on investment compared to. So I was hooked. So that time I was so I need to figure out how to do presentation. Yeah, and that time I was I just tried to figure out. By the way, I didn't know it because she wasn't teaching people how to do it, what she's doing, but I guarantee she must learn from someone else. I just need to find out. I need to find someone, who can teach me how to do it. So I was joined Toastmaster, but Toastmaster is not good because I only teach you how to speak, in professionally, but not teach you how to sell on stage. Toastmaster only teach you, okay, you need to have a pause, you need to have what sort of stuff. I just found, good. I for sure, become a public speaker. I need to know how to pause, how to speak in a professional speaker. But I was one in there, so Toastmaster is not that good. Then I joined. I was looking for some other people who, who was helping me as well. So let's keep going. So in addition,
who did you find to teach you?
So later on, I will show you, how I found the way. Later on, I will show you.
Okay.
But as a result, I create an education based on marketing presentation, launched my automated webinar. So in addition, I create an education, so launched my webinar, and I think this is what you saw it. Then what I learned, and this is a webinar I launched it, and then I got about 46 people join. I think you bought from this webinar as well. And so this is I did, and I found it works now because I didn't sell as much money like Deepa Boho did, like because she got a bigger audience, and but I found that it works now, and actually I automated as well because I recorded the webinar and then put it in a software and automated. But the presentation, the structure works, and the formula works. That's why people buy it. Then I only promote to my automated webinar twice, so I only did a twice promotion. And actually 10% of people who bought it from the webinar, 10 people attended each time. And then my plan was to get an agent, was working on to do a webinar. As I know, one of the agent, who have a video interview. So actually, it's really hard to get an agent to do a webinar because most of the agent, who didn't have the patience, sit down, to do a PPT presentation. So I was, be a struggle as well. But actually, I took some of the question, and from. So actually, I created some question. I said, I know the webinar formula works. Then I took some of the question, and then I sent the question to the agent. I said, the agent, you can do an interview. Instead of like sit on the computer, do a PPT presentation, you can do an interview. So the agent actually did an interview, and with another auctioneer, they did an interview like with a webinar format. Then actually he promoted some of the promoted the webinar actually into his database, which is the email. And later on, I may show you, actually there are some people watch the webinar, then request a market proposal from him as well. So some people, so the webinar funnel is people register a webinar, the webinar is recorded, and then people watch the webinar, go through the presentation, and end of the webinar, and then the people request a market proposal and from the agent. I found, okay, actually it works now. So that is the time I realized the secret actually to generate qualified leads for the real estate agents to run our automated live webinar. So at that time I realized, every agent need an automated live webinar because that is a way can help them automate the process to generate leads. Does it make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So later on, I will show you, what is the structure to do it right. I'll just show you, you need the funnel you need is a webinar funnel, by the way. That is why I give you a webinar funnel. And then, but I show you, okay, I think then I'm gonna share with you this. This is quite important to tell you why you need a presentation, and so you can watch it. It's very short. But can you hear the audio?
Yes.
Yeah, good. Okay.
The audio is very soft actually, but yeah, can't hear the audio.
Let's maybe.
Yeah, the audio is too soft. Oh, that's better.
It was developed over 25 years ago to help companies stand out from the clutter of advertising messages bombarding their prospects. But a lot has changed in the last 25 years. In 1991, competition for the attention of your buyers was tough. $128 billion was spent on advertising in the US that year alone. However, if you guessed it's gone up since then, you'd be overwhelmingly correct. Spending broke $200 billion by 1998, and estimates show yearly advertising expenditures reaching $296 billion in 2017. That's a lot of advertising money competing for the attention of your prospects. Meanwhile, the internet happened. The World Wide Web barely existed in 1991. By 2010, there were over 200 million websites online. In the 6 years since then, that number has quintupled to over a billion. There's no question your prospects are hit with more information today than ever before in history. Now, that would seem to devalue information, right? Except it hasn't. The numbers say your prospects want more info. In a recent survey of B2B buyers, 80% are spending more time researching products this year than last year. 73% are using more sources to research and evaluate purchases, and 98% want more research to support vendor content. 98%. Like it or not, your buyers are out there doing their research. They want information and they're getting it. The question is, who is giving it to them? Is it you? Or is it your competition? Think of it this way. When you're overwhelmed by information, an expert suddenly becomes way more valuable because it's such a relief to have someone figure out all that incomprehensible information for you. So it should be no surprise that 97% of buyers indicate they choose a product because the winning vendor demonstrates a stronger knowledge of the solution area and the business landscape than its competition. In short, an educational core story approach is just as powerful today as when it was first created. But there are some differences. The main one is what we call the multiplicity of marketing channels today. Even as recently as 2010, the average B2B marketer was using 8 different marketing tactics. Just in the last 6 years, however, it has spiked 62% to 13 different tactics. That's average. And B2C is just as high. In fact, best-in-class B2C marketers are averaging even higher with 15 tactics used. They also average 8 different social media platforms and 5 paid advertising methods. Today, you need to be in all these different places and you need to be there with great content. That's how Core Story has changed. CHI's Core Story service has traditionally delivered our product in a presentation format. 70 plus slides jam-packed with data, statistics, graphs, charts, case studies, and other research. These presentations are gorgeous and highly persuasive, but many companies need more than a presentation today. They need a white paper and an infographic and some blog posts and a 3-minute video and a Facebook campaign and a 10-email nurture series and a brochure and another video. They need to be able to sprinkle their core story methodology throughout 50 different tactics, 8 social media platforms, and 5 paid advertising methods. To do that, you might not necessarily want a 45-minute presentation. For some, that presentation can be absolute gold, but other clients have had to dismantle theirs into smaller, more bite-sized pieces. The thing is, it's not always easy to figure out how to do that. For this reason, Chet Holmes International is proud to announce our new Core Story product, the Core Story Paradigm. Our core story paradigm contains the heart of a core story. It contains all the strategy, all the research, all the analysis of our traditional core story model. But the final deliverable is designed to facilitate the creation of a multitude of bite-sized pieces of content that today's prospects are looking at. You end up with a custom customized handbook of the most pertinent research, data, and information that can grab and influence your prospects. It's organized to fit your specific needs, your specific business model, and it's extremely easy to navigate and use. We deep dive into your industry and your ideal prospects before we do research. And because we do this work every day, we know what to look for and where to look for it. Buried in the mountains of information out there today is a powerful core story for your business. We help you find and shape it into a compendium of exactly the information you need at your fingertips in order to leverage the power of education-based marketing and sales in today's increasing number of tactics. And there's never been this kind of opportunity to get the power of core story operating in your business. So to make sure a core story paradigm is right for you and to take advantage of this special offer before all 30 spaces are filled, click the link below and sign up for a consultation with a core story expert immediately.
Thanks. That was good.
That was good. I'm not sure what happened to the speaker. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see, I'll make sure it's recording. See if it's recording. Oh, it is recording. Good. I'm just going to share the screen again. So, okay, basically, I mean, the reason why I watch video is that a research has been done by marketing company called Chet Holmes. Chet Holmes is one of the best marketers who discovered the buyer's demand pyramid. So what I found out is back to 1991, in a video it says back to 1991, the advertising budget at that time is 128 million. Then 1998 is 200 billion. Then then 2017 296 billion. I guess now approach 400 billion right now. What does that mean is one. I'm not sure you agree. I think you agree as well. Just there are so much information on the internet. Everyone is trying to, advertise, get people's attention. And this is the average human. Now every day we see 4,000 ads every time. You'll see ads on Facebook, in your email, or in your maybe mailbox, or text message coming, or telemarketing calling you, or your laptop has some pop-up notification. There's just like so much ads or trying to grab people's attention, and everyone is trying to, so do you agree now it's getting harder and harder to get people's attention now? Do you agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
It is this is research has been done, and they said like before the internet come out, there's no website, and 2010 already 200 million website. Then and 2016 and the website is billion. I guess now the website is pretty much like a 2 or 3 billion websites on there. There's just like so much information, and so everyone put some information out there, and so now, people. So for the people now, information is overwhelming. Do you feel like information overwhelming these days?
Yeah, I think for me as a purchaser, it's like, who do I choose? But then for me, marketing real estate in a small town, it's a good opportunity.
Yeah, it is. It is much better than like international, because you're gonna compete with everyone who advertise and use a different channel. It's so harder. But research said like people still wanted more information. Like 98% of people who wanted more research to support your content. So before someone looking for expert or looking for someone to buy something, to hire them, 90%, 80% said, I want to do some research about the person, about the company, or about this one. That is why everyone said that your branding on internet is so important. But not just about branding. Here, I want to do it is 98% of what information they want. They want education. They want you to educate them. Example I can give to you. And okay, example I can give to you this one is it is a tax accountant I was using, by the way. At that time, I wasn't looking for a tax accountant. I was just looking for a different website, looking for a tax accountant. Actually, it's not a tax accountant. It is, it is. Have you heard about in your company? There's something called a discretional trust.
Yes.
Yeah, discretional trust. One time I was trying to set up business as a sole trader. It is not as a most secured business structure. Everyone said if someone take you to go to court and then you're going to lose everything. Then because your personal asset attached to a business, then so the business advisor told me you need to looking for something called a discretional trust. I had no idea about discretional trust, by the way. I'm not a professional lawyer. I have no idea. I don't even know what trust about. And I was just research on what is a discretional trust, what is trust. And so there are so many companies out there. I'm not sure you can Google search discretional trust. I was in. There are so many companies who are out there and just putting so many like technical words about discretional trust. And that's so hard to understand it, the legal jargon, tell about it. I'm just so confused. I finally found a person, and name is Adam. I think the name, yeah. In South Australia, he put a YouTube video out there, and he explained and what the discretional trust about it, and he used a presentation in his YouTube video, and then doesn't know any other lawyer was doing that. And he explained in every simple language. Oh, I finally got it. We know what a discretional trust is. Then I called him and then trying to set his discretional trust with him. Actually, I didn't set a discretional trust with him because my tax accountant advised me at this stage, discretional trust maybe is too much. You may just need like a company is enough. And but at that time, I tell a story is because at that time when I choose a discretional trust expert, I was looking for information to help me make decision. Who should I go for? There's so many lawyers. Everyone say, I can help you with set your discretional trust. And they charge different prices. Well, some people charge $5,000. Some people charge a couple $100. So why do they charge that much? But the person, and he explained, and the discretional trust, he said, what he explained first. He explained what a trust about. He said trust is because back to the old England, the England army wanted to. They want to send they want someone to go to war, and at that time, if the army, a soldier went to war and they died in the war, then war of the land will be taken by the king, and so then the soldier realized, if they died in the war, then they want to leave the land to the family, so the family can have some, have something to eat. So then that is how the trust was born. At the time, then the soldier talked to the find the shepherd, said, can you help me protect my land? And so how we can do it? He said, we can set up something called a trust. That's the time, they figure out the trust thing. So then, then that means I don't have the ownership of the land, you have the ownership. And the shepherd said, I don't have ownership, we can put in a trust. The trust is the over the land. And that is how the trust and the discretional trust was born. And so when the king, trying to, send the soldier to the soldier died in the war, and the king trying to take the land, then the shepherd said, then the family said, they don't have the ownership of the land. The land is owned by the shepherd. Then the shepherd said, I don't have the ownership of the land. Then the land was owned by the trust. The king just said, who owned the land? So
that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. It's so fascinating.
It is just the I think in the back to 15th century, the soldier at that time they just figured out a way to protect the asset from being taken by the king. That's why. And then the lawyer just spent the time, explain to me, how the trust was born, how it works, and why discretional trust. I mean, then I found it so much educated. And so if I, in the future, if I'm going to set a discretional trust, at this stage, I don't really need it because it sounds like too much. I may just need a company. But in the future, if I need it, I'm going to talk to a lawyer, help me set up, because he spent time in a video presentation, educated me Then I become educated. Then I said, I definitely, there's no other lawyer. They didn't educate me. Send me a bunch of the documents saying you need to fill this, fill this. I don't know how should I do it? So that is the importance of education-based marketing. So when some prospect vendor come to you and they looking for information, actually before they are looking for agent and they are looking for information as well. And most of the, like I said, most of the prospect vendors, they never sold the property pretty much for decades because they only sell the property maybe once or twice for their lifetime. So they are very uneducated in the process of selling the property. Do you get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So if some agent can really educate them, and the process, the agent can stand out. That's what the research said. You will become the expert in your market. So to become an expert in your market, I love the agent who believe I need to drive a fancy car. I need to show how successful I am. I need to have the biggest market share. For sure, you can use that way to become an expert, and or you can way. But I found it's not as good as you spend the time educate your prospect vendor about the process of selling a property. I know in the real estate industry, a lot of the agent who use the personal success to position them as an expert, how good they are. But I found that's a bit egoistic, and because you just show them how good you are, you never truly contribute a value to the agent. If you truly spend the time educating the prospect vendor, position yourself as an expert. If you do this, you're gonna win the listing more than agent who just trying to, use their personal success, position themselves as expert. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Does that make sense?
I'm excited. I'm sorry, I should have done this weeks and weeks ago.
Yeah, weeks ago. But I will tell you how you can develop the presentation. That's the key. Most of the agents who don't know this, that's why they never do that presentation, because they don't understand the strategy behind it. The presentation not only used for webinar. He said you can use them in the past. You only have like a 5, 6, 7 channel. 2016 and B2C have 15 channel, which is now people get information from. So when people research about you, they're gonna research about your Facebook. They're gonna research about Twitter. They're gonna research about LinkedIn. Let me try to find out your website. So your education-based marketing presentation will be used on all sorts of channel. So when people go into research about you, they're gonna receive your education-based marketing presentation, the content strategy on the Facebook. That is why your Facebook video, people say, what should I do on Facebook video? I found a lot of agents who are using Facebook live video doing the wrong thing. They just show, okay, I sold a property, then this is the property I sold it. Or some of the agents, if you go to some agents' Facebook page, to the video, they are gonna show how fancy my car is. See? Yeah, that's another way to read Facebook Live. I think that's the wrong way. Then people should be take the education-based marketing presentation, and they don't. By the way, your education-based marketing presentation sometimes can be 2 hours long. It's every notch, but you should cut down into different pieces, which is a breakdown 2 hours into 10 minutes bite. That's called a bite size. So that means you have the education-based presentation and break it down into different bite size. And then you publish on all of your social media platform. That's what I was doing. So basically, since I was sharing, I published in my Facebook Live. So people get educated, and also I publish on YouTube on this one. So that kind of people say, they like this kind of education-based content. Then they're gonna watch the Facebook Live, or they're gonna watch the YouTube video. Then they are going to go into your funnel. Do you understand the strategy behind it? Like people watch your video, they find okay, they get a value about it, and let's say they get a value about how to prepare the home for sale. They watch some of your either Facebook video or YouTube video. Then at the end of the video, John Matthew. Hi, John. Are you online now? There's another person who just jumped online. Hi, John. Are you online now?
Yes, Jason. How are you?
Good, thank you. I know pretty much. So are you busy? So they start at 2 p.m. Were you busy at 2 p.m.?
That's okay. How's it all going?
That's okay. And we're kind of finished here, and we just up to the here and this piece we share. We are share about something called you know, education-based marketing. You know how agent can use education-based marketing to you know, to I can pray. I think I think I briefly go through with you because there's another person on the Zoom as well. So I briefly go through what this is about. We are up to. So we are up to like to explain like okay, most of the aging, you know, who are target. Let's go back to no. Can we go back to this one? This one is quite important. So we are up to here now. So most of them, this is something called a buyer's demand pyramid. Buyer's demand pyramid. That is why John, you know, running Facebook ads. So when you're running Facebook, I get the guy to, you know, do an ebook with you. You know, I know you are trying to, you know, you know, the reason why people wanted the ebook, the reason why you're gonna get leads is because the people wanted to get some information to help them sell the property. So, you know, that's why they want your ebook. That's why you get some leads from. How many leads have you got from your Facebook ads, by the way, John?
Not many.
Any. That's okay. But the reason why you can get leads is because, you know, people who are looking for information, you know, 3% of people, you know, who are looking for selling, when they you know, when they think about selling a property, they're going to contact you as an agent. And because that's 3% of people, they know you and they're going to contact you. 7% of people, you know, who are, you know, and who don't know who you are, and they don't know your product or services. 7% of people, you know, who are research about you and or research about a real estate agent, by the way. And 30% of people, you know, who basically they research about like how to help them sell the property, you know, for their best price. So in order, if you wanted to, you know, get the maximum number of the needs, the goal is to develop something called education-based marketing presentation. Develop use this one to attract the, I guess, the more people from the top of here, instead of like just get 3%, the people who are looking for agent, looking for you, it should be, you know, use an education-based marketing presentation and getting the 7% and the 30% of people into your funnel or into your business, because they are looking for information. They are looking for, they are research about real estate agent, and what they are research about the information to help them selling the property. And so let's go back to this one. Then we showed about this one. There is a core story. So core story basically is education-based marketing strategy, has been developed by a company, marketing agency called Sharpen International. Its research, if I know, in 1991, there are about $128 billion has been spent in advertising, which is 1991. That is the time they spent in. At that time is before internet come out, by the way. And then in 1998, $200 billion has been spent on advertising. And in 2016, about $296 billion has been spent in advertising. So what does it mean? One, so people has been overwhelmed by the advertising, consuming every single day, just getting harder and harder for them to make the right decision. Then, and said the website back to 1991. There's no website, by the way. At that time, internet come out. But in 2010, about 200 million website. People can look for information right now. And then 2016, there are over 1 billion websites on the internet right now. And I guess now pretty much over 2 billion websites right now. So they did a research. Now we have information more than ever before. But the research has been shown, you know, 80% of people spend the time on researching products and services. 73% of people use more source to research your product and services. More resource means they either use Google search and Facebook. They are trying to, you know, find a different way to research people before making a decision. I guess now most people they are going to research about you before talking to you. You know, they're not going to just call this number or find you on the internet then call. most people, even in the Google search, they find out a result, let's say real estate agent in your local area. They're gonna try different way to research you. And 98% of people actually wanted more research to support, to support their, so if you are looking for a product or service, if you are looking for a real estate agent, 98% of the people who are wanting more research, that's why they are looking for information, but they're not looking for, that's why they're not looking for ads. By the way, that's a lot of the ads trying to use just ads, show, okay, I'm the agent here, I'm the best agent in the town, I'm this one. Use banner ads or billboard ads or trying to use ads to it. But actually people who are looking for information to help them make the decision which agent they should go to. Then, so information is overwhelming, and then here that help, and let's say who will often the right information. 97% people buyer choose a product because strong knowledge of the solution and the business landscape. What that means one. So 90% of buyer or 90% of the prospect vendor, when they select an agent, it is an agent who has demonstrate a strong knowledge for the solution, for the problem they have. So when someone is looking for a real estate agent in the local area to help them sell a property, the reason why they select the agent, apart from that, it is because 90% of people will say, okay, the agent has a strong knowledge to help them list and sell the property, and that is why they select. That is the work of the research and has been done. So most of the agents, I think, will agree, they need to become an expert in your local marketplace. And what does it make sense? Well, John, does this make sense?
That makes sense. Yes.
Yeah, but there's a difference as well, which is what I mean. This one is people has a different channel, and in 2010, people only have like a channel. That's before Facebook become popular. People only have a channel, to to verify, to say, okay, which agent should choose. They are looking for a channel. So not too many channels there. And back to 2016, people have B2B have 12 channels, B2C have 15 channels. And but 2020, I think the number was already tripled. So in order for the agent, to truly to dominate the online marketplace, the agent did have to use something called education-based marketing, which is use high quality content, high quality education, and also is the structure as well. And the publish is education-based content in all sorts of channel and social media channel, online channel, sometimes offline channel as well. Because why? Because you don't know which channel, your prospect vendor are researching about you. So you have to publish, but you need to have a structure. The structure they call a core story. You have to have a structure rather than just publishing. Okay, I sold the property, or then you have a plan. You must have a plan to do publishing rather than just publishing. A lot of the agents are publishing. Okay, open rate, 85%. Or the publishing is not much. It's not called education-based marketing. The publishing is just tell the people a fact. Education-based marketing is your publishing and people can consume the content, and you position yourself as expert. So that is education-based marketing there. So you use a different format as well. He said you need to use infographic, blog post, 3-minute video, Facebook campaign, 10-minute email. Use all sorts of them to publish your, basically to implement education-based marketing strategy in all sorts of the use different format, because people like different format, and not just some people like video, some people like email, some people like brochure, some people like blog post, some people like infographic, white paper, case study. That's a sin. So that one has finished. And okay, so another time I was looking for a company who can help the agent develop a education-based marketing presentation. And so another time I was talking to a company called Chile Holmes. Chile Holmes, they are the company. They are the company who has developed this called buyer's demand pyramid. Then I say, okay, maybe this guy figure out, how to use education-based marketing presentation to, to sell, basically to, to get a center or to, to get a client. So I was talking to them. The problem was that, the problem was, the problem is I was talking to a child homeless. You have echo in the background. I may mute you.
I've got you on Apple TV.
Okay, just bit of echo. Now I cannot hear you now. Good. So another time, I was talking to child homeless sales consultant. He told me, like for them to develop an education-based presentation, and they charge about 25, USD dollar to help the company do it. And I don't think there's any real agent. What's happened to my presentation? Frozen now. I don't think that there's any real agent, I know who will pay for 25, grand, USD for the education-based presentation. So, actually I spent many months on research and testing and trying to find the presentation, which is can help the, real agent can use to position themselves as expert and basically to convert the cold leads and into the, into the ready to sell the prospect as well. So that is the time, I found out this called a perfect webinar presentation. And I'm going to go through the structure so you understand the structure of how it works and why it works. Well, just imagine if a cold leads come to you and leads don't know anything about you and how you can really and convert the cold leads, which is coming to business into the, into the hot and warm prospect. So I found out the structure works. There are only 3 parts of this presentation. The first part called the intro. Intro is, first one, bold promise, Zuner. Basically, you give them a promise in your presentation to say, okay, what are they going to get? So if a prospect vendor or like a home center lead come to you, and then what are you going to get from your presentation? And what's the end result? Basically, the end result, it is what they're looking for. Let's say the agent, I was working with, the end result, basically, I can use a mail as example. And I said, mail, have you worked out your offer yet? Like your offer,
Yeah.
Yeah. So what is it? What?
Together, I just need to get authority on a couple of things, but I'm really excited because now I'm going to be offering my main one's going to be free conveyancing.
Yeah.
Nobody else does it, so I'm excited about that.
Okay, good. Yeah. So this one I can. So your offer is now you can say your core service is your real estate agency service. Yeah. And then you have the conveyancer as a value adding service. So conveyancer, how much money do you think you can help the vendor save from offer the conveyancer?
Well, generally the conveyancer costs $1,600.
Yeah.
And I'll get it for $1,250.
So you help the prospect vendor save $350.
Yeah, but I'm actually going to throw that in if the property sells. So initially I'll be paying $250 up front out of my pocket. Yeah. But I'm also going to raise my commission, and I'll also be getting a marketing, like maybe $1,200. So it's going to cover it anyway. So
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Yeah. So apart from conveyancer, who else have you contacted?
Well, I want to there's a woman who does a course on living lighter. So I want to ask her if she'll do a module based for people when they're decluttering and packing. So encourage them to get rid of things. If she doesn't, then maybe I'll just do one of the trainings myself and package that up as a free training on how to live lighter or declutter or something like that.
Yeah, that's another value. What else? What else have you come up?
Packing boxes. So this will be another cost out of my pocket. I've only found quotes online for boxes. But if I can get a better deal from somewhere, I don't
Yeah.
think anyone else is doing that. Free
Yeah.
boxes.
Yeah. Then what else? Apart from that, what else have you worked
Well,
on?
all the standard things like photography, floor plans,
Yeah.
they won't be free, but I'll be wording it as free, like included, but that does come out of that $1,250 that they pay as a startup to list with me.
Okay.
So all of those standard things like for sale signboard, photos, floor plan, social media marketing, all that type of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, hi, John. Are you still on the Zoom?
I would still like to offer the free holiday if I can find out where these people are buying these holiday vouchers from, if I can go direct to the seller.
Hi, John. Are you
Yes,
still in
I'm still here, Jason.
Okay, good. I mean, okay, I wanted to explain because Mel already joined the program, was waffling, so she know how to do this. So basically, in order for you to make sure the presentation work, you must be do one thing. And before this one, you must come out with a offer. Let's say her offer is, apart from she offer core service, which is real estate agency services, and she was also offering, and she was also offering other value adding service like a conventioner, and so she can get a better deal for for her prospect vendor. And she also find a lady doing declutter course, and the lady can offer a better deal for that declutter course as well, and also for the photography, floor plan, and also for the, so all of the value adding services will be added to your core services. So by doing this, the offer you give to the prospect vendor is not just helping them list a property. The offer you give to the prospect vendor will be way more valuable than any other agent's offer. Other agents just, okay, I help you list and market property. That's what they do. They may just help them put realestate.com.au, domain.com.au, like every other agent is doing. But if you can add more kind of value adding services, and every value adding services or product has a value for it, the vendor can differentiate yourself and from other agent. So vendor can say, okay, Mel is offering this so much, other agent, I think one of your competitors is LG Hooker, yeah?
Yeah.
They just only help me list and sell my property. So who do you think they can go with? So in your presentation, what your goal is? Your goal is getting them to do one thing. The one thing is getting them to believe the secret number one, which is your offer. If the prospect vendor wanted to get so much value, wanted to save so much money, and then your offer is the only offer in the local area, and you are the only agent who can offer that. That is the goal of your webinar. By the way, that is the goal of your webinar. So the one thing is called what is the goal of your webinar? Your goal of the webinar is getting to believe you are the person can offer that much value for if the person wanted. Then and so getting them to believe that is the whole goal. So your webinar has been structured. The intro, a board promise, lunar, hook to the end. Basically, what's the bonus you can give to them? Get them to watch to end the webinar. Command attention, ask them to turn off the mobile. Because you are going to do this on a webinar format and qualify yourself. You may say, I have the real estate certification, or I have the knowledge, local knowledge. This one is not much difference. And a future patient basically said, if you go with me as an agent, and then imagine, what's the experience going to be look like. And then the one thing, basically, this is the content you're going to teach them. This is education based on marketing presentation. So secret number one, you're going to teach them, okay? Basically, secret number one, what are you going to teach them? You're going to teach them, if a home seller, going to come to a home seller, you're going to teach them, the process you use to sell the property, and everything they needed, and convince them they needed, and everything they needed. So you get them to believe, and your offer is the same. You get them to believe, and that is everything they needed. So the content has been structured, getting them to break and rebuild the belief, and so getting them to believe you are the agent and who can offer and the unique things they are looking for. Basically, the unique thing basically is everything you package into your offer, like your conventioner and declutter. by the way, this is not just anything you need to package into it. Like Mail has done it right away. You need to package everything they need and want to do when they're selling property. Like you cannot package in. A lot of people say I packaging a restaurant voucher. That's not a really good thing to package into it because
actually, that's what I am offering in mine. Is there is a restaurant voucher, but I think you can get away with it when it's the last 3 days when they're packing. So it's a local. You know, they're so busy they don't want to cook dinner, so they're going to get a free meal.
Yeah, it can be a thing you can package into your offer as unique, but in the sense I think like the more valuable it is because they want to sell the property, so you want to package as many value-adding service to help them sell the property, because to help them achieve the end goal, because the goal for them is to sell the property. So you want to be the agent to package as many value-adding service to help them sell the property. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So by doing this, because you are not in the restaurant business, so your goal is to to package a lot of the business relate to the business you are in. Yeah.
Yeah. See, what we usually do is at the end we give them a settlement gift, and sometimes that's when they get the dinner voucher or the Esky or those localized items. But rather than give the settlement gift, I'm just going to package it all up. So it's I think I'll benefit more that way.
Yeah.
Giving it to them.
Good.
Yeah.
Then this part is called a stack. Stack basically just explain how you package them. So let's say stack number 1 is a core services. Okay, that's what I offer. Stack number 2 is a conventional, discount voucher. Stack number 4, and also not just tell them about these things. You have to get them to realize the value as well. And there is a strategy, because instead just tell you, conventional, and then you can save about $350. You have to explain a story to make it sense more value. I give example about how it works. And so instead just if you go to this property with me, you're gonna get a conventional discount, and that's cost save you some. That's just sounds like it just not sounds really valuable. You have to, but I will teach in my program. That's what I did, and you have to use a story. Normally, if you give the people a piece of content without a context, the content is not much value. But if you have the right context surround the piece of content, your content become more valuable. I give you an example about how you can use a story. How you can use a story, like in that example. So let's say if you can just if you talk to a vendor to say, I have to go through the process, I have to research which conventional, I have to choose and make sure the conventional, make sure conventional is a professional and has expertise, can help you. So it took me a lot of time, a lot of effort as well. And then I have to, face to face meet the conventional and build trust and negotiate the deal. And it taking me weeks, to get done. And also the conventional at the beginning, he's not willing to give that, to give them $350. So I have to figure out a way how I can, contribute value to him. And so I say I can refer my client as you, a vendor, to him, and without referral fee, so he's willing to give them, so he's willing to charge you less. So the process and the effort I took in, and that's a lot of time. So by doing this, you put a story around how you help the vendor get the deal. By doing this, your vendor will perceive the deal just become more valuable than $350. Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, right. Because this is why you're gonna do a presentation rather than you can presentation. Okay, go with my conventional and $350 can save it. Yeah, that's it. But it sounds not really valuable. But if you can use a story and put in the right context and just say, okay, I have to go through the process and took me so much effort and help you negotiate and blah blah blah. Just sounds a lot of work. And then the vendor say, if I'm going to get the deal, I have to go through a process. And in their mind, it just sounds like more valuable.
Yes. Okay.
So in your stack, what you're gonna do is you tell each story how you help them get a deal. So deal number one, what is the process you take? What's the story behind it? Deal number two, deal number three, number four, number five. By doing this, you stack a bunch of the value, and that's called value stacking. So then your prospect vendor found, wow, that's so much value you are giving to them. So then your offer just becomes so much valuable than other agents' offer. Other agents just help you list and sell property, and in that list presentation, just looks identical, but your list presentation or your offer is just so much value stacking. And close, close basically just help them, you just handle the objection. You just say, okay, what's the objection they've got? Some people maybe say, okay, I need a wait. And then you may need to handle the objection, say, okay, why you need why you need to wait. So you may need to, okay, you may need to handle the objection. That's one of the agent I was working with, and say, okay, he said, people need to wait because the train station near to build, so people wanted to wait for a train station to sell the property for the for the higher price. It makes sense, yeah, because the train station build, then the property become more valuable, so people want to wait for the train station. Train station normally build end of the year, and then at that time, I was telling the agent to use a story, and agent actually, the agent just tell a story to say, in the past, the shopping center, people wait for the shopping center to be built, so probably can sell the price. At that time, we found out, actually, people didn't get a really better price because everyone was waiting for the shopping center to be built so they can sell at a better price. Then when the shopping center was built, everyone put the property on the market, so the buyer has too many choice. They probably didn't get sold at better, any more price. So you can use that kind of story to handle all of the objection, all of your prospect vendor hive. So when they handle all of the objection, at the end of the presentation, what are they going to believe? They're going to believe, Mel, you have the best offer, and all of the objection has been handled. Then you're going to get them book appointment and to list a face-to-face meeting to list a property with you. So this is why the presentation works. The presentation is kind of like a funnel. So you bring the people from the top of the funnel to the end of the funnel, and the people, if the home seller leads and who come to your presentation who are not ready or who are not qualified, they're gonna leave your presentation at the beginning. They're not gonna stay in the end. So by doing this, you're gonna filter a lot of unqualified, cold leads. You are only going to deal with, when the people book appointment with you or people stay in the end with you, you're only going to deal with the people who are qualified. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And I want to have it buy now at the end, like where they just pay the $1,250, like, and then they're really qualified.
Yeah, you can get into that for sure. But I think maybe not get into book appointment. Maybe I know that if even if people don't book appointment, you may give the people a call if the people stay end to find out.
Yeah.
Because once they go through the process, I tell you one, and also this, I tell you the benefit. Another benefit is one. If you don't have this, and this one can be automated as well, like I did have a automated webinar. But if you don't have this one, you have to do one-on-one presentation. It's every time consuming. What I mean, which is let's say a prospect vendor come to you, then you go through the process, explain, oh, this is what I did. Let's normally take about 2 hours. Then another person come in, 2 hours. So it takes you a lot of time and effort to do as well. And so basically, that means you have to take a lot of time and effort to, to warm up your lead, to qualify the leads and to warm up your prospect. But if you can do in a webinar, you can get, let's say maybe small town, you get 10 people or 20 people into a webinar. I think that is achievable. By doing this, another your webinar, you may get like let's say 10%, 2 people wanted to go appointment with you. So 2 hours, you get it, 2 qualified prospect. Instead, like if you need to spend 2 hours for 20 people, That is 40 hours. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So you have so
weed
much.
them out. Yeah.
You have, and also if you automate this, which means you can eliminate 2 hours as well. But you may automate this later on. You may do live at the beginning, but you automate this later on. But this one can increase your income because you spend 40 hours. You spend 40 hours to qualify the leads to get them book appointment with you, or you spend 2 hours. By doing this, if you only spend 2 hours, and then you have 38 hours to do the sales, because most of the time I found out most of the agent waste is to qualify, is to prospecting. Yeah, majority of the time agents spend is on prospecting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So if you the reason why you do this is if you can get 20 people into a presentation, a webinar, that means you can save 38 hours of your time. 38 hours you can do you can use to do a sale rather than to qualify and prospect. Make sense?
Yeah, it does.
This can increase your income a lot because you can save so much time. Because if you focus on so much time on selling and sale to qualify the prospect, then your income will be increased a lot.
Okay, that's awesome.
That is the reason why you need to have this. Let's keep going. I think Jiang have something else. They may left. I may send them, So you asked the question, you said who I found. And during the process, I think I checked Hallmark's charged too expensive, to $25,000. I think no one else is gonna pay for it. Then I was looking for a presentation, formula to learn it. Actually, I did learn. Actually, this one is from Ross Brunson, by the way. This one is from Ross Brunson. This one, just let know. So I actually found Ross Brunson use this one. And if you can Google search Ross Brunson teaching the perfect webinar to 8,000 salesperson in Grant Cardone, and then 8,000 salesperson in Grant Cardone's conference. Some of the real estate agent as well, some of the mortgage broker, at that time Ross Brunson just say how they can help them, 10 times grow the business. So one of the salesperson, do you know Grant Cardone, by the way?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Grant Cardone is his #1 sales trainer in the world. I can say his sales training is really good. And that he's a teaching salesperson to do one-on-one selling. He's teaching script, dialogue, like Tom Pano is doing. So one-on-one selling. And Ross Brunson at that time he's teaching sales, and I said, how I can help you 10 times more. Basically, he's teaching since like what I was showing you. He said, okay, Grant Cardone teaching is great because, but not much leverage because even if you become the best salesperson, you need to do 2 hours for each, sales presentation, 2 hours. There's not much leverage. But Russell said, okay, how about you have the presentation instead of like you do 101, you do 1-to-many.
Yes, that's right.
So let's say you do 1 to 20 people at a time, same presentation, and so you sell 1 to 20, 1 to 30 people. By doing this one, so you can 10x your business. So actually now salesperson attend the Grant Cardone 10x. Now some of the realtor and mortgage broker now they are using presentation now and to sell it in the United States. By the way, Russell, because they are based in the United States, they're not teaching Australia. So there's not many real estate agents in Australia now use a presentation, but in the United States, no, they are. But doesn't make sense. It's just more effective.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as a result, we are able to, achieve a following, figure out the best type of funnel. I think it's webinar funnel, is a automate webinar funnel. Has a proven to work education marketing presentation formula, perfect webinar. And we also have automated email and SMS reminder as well. In the software has an email and SMS reminder to notify people about the webinar. And so after created that one, I was not able to have a proven, for any agent to use. So I've also been started feeling frustrated, how I can help the agent during more qualified needs. And this works for seller and for buyer as well. And buyer, maybe your presentation, maybe you may just need to do a property presentation and use the same structure. And then, especially COVID-19, you may need to do record it. So one of the buyer can attend presentation and see you present at home. And by doing this, instead like you do open house 101, you know, you have a presentation, a lot of the buyer come to open house, and you know, and you can automate. This one can save you a lot of time to do open house as well. So basically, you're just doing a virtual open house. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And this can save you so much of your time. Instead of like you travel, every time you have to drive your car to the property and do open house. Sometimes open house maybe come one person, two person, and how about you take the presentation to all virtual open house, and you so you don't have to, you know, always drive to there and do open house, show people. This saves so much time for the agent, by the way.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Thank you.
Brilliant. Yeah, so that's it. That's a process, you know, doing.
I was just thinking, how can I do it? I'm actually not there at the moment, but what I could do is hire someone to go and do the video, and then I do the voiceover. So it's actually ticking a box. Thank you.
Yeah, great. And second number two, I say, okay, you may say, okay, how now you understand you need to do a presentation, and the presentation have a structure, but then just let you know, even if you have a structure like Ross gave it, take a lot of time as well. You need to sit down, let's say for home center, do a PPT presentation. I'm not sure you have done PPT presentation before. Sometimes take weeks or even months to get it like the slide correct, to get a lot of time and effort. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of effort. I've done it once, and but I would like to do more, because I think it's no one else is doing it.
Yeah. So what I developed is this one. What I found out at the time, you know, I was said, okay, I don't have the, you know, 2,500 to 4,001 to create an education-based presentation, and many agents think I don't have the money to do it. I don't have the time to create the presentation, and how I can make it easy. I'm trying to make it easy for agent to do it. So I was 100% convinced every agent need an education-based marketing presentation. Not only just for webinar, they can use it for Facebook Live and YouTube Live, and everywhere. They must have that one. So I really want to find a tool. I thought about it. They must have a tool, you know, to do it. So I just kind of found a tool for a long time. Every long time I just trying to figure out, but I kind of found the tool. And this is I was struggling to find a copywriter, you know, to help the agent develop as well. And that time I thought about it, maybe someone else can, you know, work with the agent to do it. Because if I want to scale my business, I need to find someone, you know, to do a task. But there's no copywriter can do that as well. And so makes sense worse, you know, I felt terrible because I couldn't find a way to get it done. And more than this, at that time I was helping the real estate agent, you know, run Facebook ads, and Facebook ads, you know, generate leads and bring in leads. We use the ebook, by the way. We got about the 60 home sale leads, and agent get leads, but because we don't have a presentation, the agent only, it's harder for him to book appointment as well, because only people, you know, saw the ads and leave the contact detail for the ads. So agent have to call, but most of the people forget about it. You know, they left the contact detail on the Facebook ad. Do you get me? When you look at the Facebook ad, it's okay, I saw the ebook, I want it, but quick leave your contact detail, and then you forget about it. So when the agent call the person, okay, have you, and the person and the people never read about the ebook as well. And these days, no one read about ebook anymore, because the people attention span. So the person just forget about it, you know. And the agent, you know, call the person sort of is cold calling. He hung up the phone. And that's how I thought about, you know, I must figure out, otherwise it's very hard. I generally need for the agent, but it sounds like the agent is doing cold calling for the leads. And I must figure out a way, you know, for the agent to do warm call, because I know if the person, you know, left the contact for the Facebook and the person watched the webinar presentation, the agent call the person after the webinar presentation, then leads will be more qualified rather than just call the leads. So I was every struggle, you know, try to find a way to do it. And I feel even worse because, you know, I was running. So we got this and these we generate, you know, and for a couple of weeks, we got about 60 home center. I hide the mobile because it's privacy, but they didn't even name, email, mobile, and there. So the agent just get involved with the contact you and calling them. We use an ebook at the time to get the wrong Facebook ads, getting leads from there. And you know, the problem is I didn't know any software developer who can develop that kind of a tool for me as well. I was very stuck, you know, so I was just stuck there. So as if by chance, you know, something amazing happened. I think this is a law of attraction, maybe. You know, because I was thinking about how to solve the problem, and then I found a way to do it. I think I may go to bathroom for maybe a couple minutes, and then
All right, I'm just gonna get my jacket.
yeah, your jacket as well. You can have a rest. Then we may have another but a half hour, then we finish.
All right, no worries. Thanks.
Okay. Okay, so now we are back. So now I gotta check it. So okay, can you see? I'm gonna share my screen with you again. Can you see my screen?
Okay, thanks. I'm outside, so the lighting is
Yeah.
changing. Yeah.
Okay, so you can see
Yeah.
my screen, yeah?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I love this one. As if by chance something amazing happened.
Yes, it is. I guess a lot of the time, I found something really interesting is when sometimes we will become so obsessed to solve a problem, like we're trying to, also, it's happened so many times to me as well. In marketing, in business, become so obsessed to solve a problem, and then the solution will pop up. I'm not sure you had this experience, but I had this experience many times. I become so obsessed to solve a problem, like a marketing problem, lead gen problem, or try to figure out a way. But you think about it every single day. Sometimes you kind of sleep at night time. Then tomorrow when you wake up, you find a solution.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. This is some amazing things happen. Yeah, it is.
I just bought the URL, thelawofattraction.com.au. I can't believe nobody owned it.
Wow, great! Congratulations. Yeah, I guess that is, if you got that URL, what are you gonna do with that URL, by the way?
I don't know. Maybe gift it to someone.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean, it's really valuable, especially for people who are in the personal development world of attraction.com.au.
Yeah.
But let's keep going. Yeah, I think another time, I'll try to find a tool to make it easy for aging. So I was looking for, I found it because it takes a long time to get it. For me, take a month to get a PPT, down, a presentation, really good one. You put a picture, put this one down, and also sometimes it's really hard as well, because if you just open a blank PPT, you have no idea how you can get started. Have you got an experience? Like in the past, I was open a PPT. I don't know what I'm going to put on a PPT.
Yeah.
Your brain just go blank. So I said, how can I make this easy? How I do it. And that is the time I saw it. Actually, I was learning about copywriting, and there's a copywriter I know. His name is Gene Edward. And so actually Gene Edward, who worked with Ross Branson, they built a software, called a Funne script, and help the business owner create the webinar presentation. So it's like this. And in your bio, by the way, and but inside the Funne script, and this one is just used to not only just for webinar, for all sorts of the copy, like for your landing page, website, ad, and all sort of stuff. And I initially I just bought for copywriting. I didn't know there's a webinar presentation tool inside, but then I found out inside there is a tool and called a perfect webinar wizard. So what the tool does? So basically, you should download the tool, and the tool is really simple as well. I may share the screen. Actually, I got the tool on my screen. VSO wizard. It's like this. You need to buy, do it. Verify. Oh, why is it going blank? But basically, the tool is really simple, and because I was trying to do a demo, but maybe the internet connection is a bit of issue. Yeah, here is the tool now. So I'm just open one. I did it. Let's say I did many presentations. So let's open this one. Then you just put your name. What's your name? Ask a 7 to 8 question. Title. What's the title of your webinar, bro? what's the target audience, real estate agent, and what's a new opportunity, basically what's the offer you are selling, and blah 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 blah. Just fill in, answer one of the question, blah 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 blah. But the question is a lot because you're gonna have heard. But normally take about like a couple hours finish. And finish. Then what is offer? And it's one of the question. Then okay, then build. Then one is called a PPT. So just build.
Yeah.
Then something is going to be really, really interesting, and maybe you never saw before. I never saw this before, but once I found out, it's so cool. Let's say I build a real estate. Let's say build like a webinar presentation for real estate agent. Okay, once built, and say here. Then all of your PPT slide just being created. But you need to add a picture, by the way. But all of your PPT slide, like this PPT slide here now has been created now. This is a headline. You need to make it smaller because the words are not on. Then you have the 104 slide has been created. That's how cool is that? But you can add a picture. The tool doesn't help you add a picture, but the tool can help you create a PPT like this. That's a time saver. I say, instead of like I'm trying to, just work out, how I'm going to get this done. I found this an amazing tool. That's great. That's so amazing because you just need to ask a 78 question. And normally it's going to take you like a couple hours. You finish, then you PPT, all of your PPT and all of the title. Sometimes words too much. You need to put it on another slide, but that's easy. You need to add a picture. Add a picture is easy.
So this is the template, or did you create this?
No, it's not a template. This is all of the question you answered it. You answered the question, and then all of your PPT will be created.
Oh, I see.
Now you see, yeah. So and you of course this is all of your content. This is all of your. It's not a template. It's not a script. This is all of your. This is all of the content you wanted to present in your webinar. Like this is all my content as well.
So which one did you create first? You created it in Perfect Webinar Wizard or the PowerPoint first?
Oh no, you just need to open this. It's quite simple.
Yeah.
As a tool and then download it, and once you open it, then once you download it.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Answer the question.
Yeah.
Answer the question. Once you answer the word, then click this button called build, and build. Once you build, then the PPT presentation just been built.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. That's a big time saver. And you need to put a picture. The tool cannot help you put picture because everyone has different picture. But you put what we answer in the question. So this is instead of like spend a month. Sometimes I know people need to spend a couple of months to get a webinar presentation done. That's why it will help you in a day. If you really spend the time, in a couple of days you can get it done. A big time saver. That's what I found out, by the way. So once I found out that, then it's just crystal clear, how to help the agent, get the education-based presentation done. And by the way, this one, not just about the question. Gene Edward actually is take the Russell's that formula, this formula I showed you. This one. Yes. And then he just create a 78 question for the formula. So the 78 question is based on this, based on the formula, presentation formula is it. Okay. Yeah, so that's why it works. Actually, I use it now and to create it, and it just saves so much time and so much stress.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, it is awesome.
Yeah.
And
have you been to any of Russell's events in America?
No, I haven't fly to US, but I just come out with the Two-Comer Club live conference last week. So because of the COVID-19, so it cannot run live anymore. So it's a virtual conference. So, but you have to wake up at 1 a.m. in the morning to attend it because that's the US time is 8 p.m. No, 11 a.m.
Replays. Was it good?
It is really good, but I got his replay, you need to pay 197, and it is if you pay 197, you don't get a replay, because 197 it is you pay after the event. But I pay 147, I get a replay. But if you want to replay, I mean, I'm happy to share with you. It's 3-day event, it's 3 days, and he record it, I got replay.
Wow, you're lucky.
Yeah. The content is really amazing, and the trainer is some of the trainer is the best in the world. Some people teach you how to do viral video on Facebook, like you can get millions of views for your viral video. The content is really amazing as well.
Yeah, awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
So as a result, I was teaching agent how to use it, and so I started bundling. So actually in my training, I will teach the people how to use the Funne script. But the Funne script, you have to buy it because it's a tool. Everyone buy it. But you buy it, and then I teach the agent how to use it and how to create it. You buy for lifetime, not just for. I think you can buy. I need to check because I bought it for lifetime, and I'm not sure they sell as a yearly subscription, and only a couple $100. But I need to buy, let's say lifetime maybe. But I will check it, and then. So I was helping, get an agent, get a best tool, get a webinar presentation done easily. That's why I realized secret is actually, this is something I realized I found the tool. I realized one thing. I found the secret. At the time I was looking to how to do it. I was looking to, how to help the agent get a presentation done. And I didn't find out. I never thought that there's a tool existed, by the way. I never thought about it. I never thought about someone will build a software, to help the people build a webinar presentation. I never thought about it. But actually for I think this is the biggest lesson I've learned as well. Because if I have the problem, to help the people to build a webinar presentation, and someone else has a problem as well. So actually someone else already figured out a solution. And the solution is the software. At that time, I'm just so stubborn to say, okay, I need to do it. But I didn't know there is a software like that existed. And if I know it, then I didn't have to spend so much time, to work at PPT. So, and I found out most of the aging as well. This is a problem, a mindset. I think it's a mindset problem. I think the story I give to you in the beginning is that most of the aging. And the way they do marketing is like this. The way to do marketing, the reason why there's no one use diploma both education marketing, like run a presentation and sell, and get a cold leads convert into paid client. The reason why is that most of the real estate agents, because they are in the same industry, the only way for them to learn marketing, the only look at the competitor is doing. So okay, my competitor doing door knocking, I'm doing door knocking to prospect. My competitor is doing cold calling. I'm going to buy on this and do cold calling. So they have no idea what education and the training company, how they do marketing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So, and I found out that this is something really interesting. That's something I found out that you're going to have so much competitive advantage. Why? Is because let's say, if everyone doing door knocking in a local area, okay, it's very hard for you to have a lot of competitive advantage because you may just become a better door knocker. You may know, I was doing door knocking actually a few years ago to sell investment property. Maybe I found someone who are better with conversation with people. They may get more leads, but it doesn't help you with a lot of competitive advantage. You may knock more doors, and but the marketing strategy is the same. Everyone is door knocking, so you don't have a big competitive advantage. And then I found something really interesting about the role. If you're doing something that is different, that is totally different. Let's say, not use door knocking. If you use something like I said, like use presenting, like use a strategy. The sense you are doing the marketing strategy you are using is completely different from door knocking. Door knocking is cold prospecting. Education based on marketing is warm prospecting. you're gonna have a massive competitive advantage because no one is doing what you are doing. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and I need to hurry up and do it because they will start doing.
They will start doing because like I say,
Because they'll get you.
8,000 people already attend the Grand Cardone sales conference. So they actually Russell Brunson teach the salesperson how to do presentation now. So I think more and more people in the future, I guarantee they are going to use a presentation to prospecting now, and especially now we have 5G now. So running live webinar like use Zoom, use this one just so much easy. So I guarantee there is a trend in the future. More and more salesperson, they're not sell one-on-one anymore. They can do one-to-many.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a trend. So you are one of the first agent, one of the few agents who know this. Normally people know this. People who know this, people who are digital marketers, and people who are sell education and a training company because they run an event, use the presentation. But not too many real estate agents know it because real estate agents, they use every traditional way to do it and the traditional way, but the technology and the strategy already been, already so advanced now. And the most of the door looking, most of the older, that is work, back to 950. That is the time.
Yeah. And it'll be a big learning curve for real estate agents because a lot of them are still, old school and they're finding it difficult with the technology. So yeah.
This is not about technology. This is the strategy already been advanced as well. Yeah, because the technology, automated webinar, of course, appear. There is a learning curve, but who can learn fast? Who is the earliest? Who can learn earlier? Who is going to have the competitive advantage? That's what I found out.
Yeah, awesome.
As you can say, I'm saying, Josh Tessening and Lisa, yeah.
Yes.
For them, you can say that, and I think I went to the town panel, Kickstarter as well. The reason why Josh and Lisa they are doing well is because they are using Facebook ads, and not many people figure out how to use the social media to get leads, but they figure out. That's why they can do so well in the industry.
Yeah, that's right.
Because if someone like Josh and Lisa, they are doing something different. They are not doing cold door looking. They are not doing letterbox dropping. They're using Facebook Live, social media, and Facebook ads. They are using this one. Other agents not using it. Other agents don't know how to do it, and also they don't have someone to help them. That's why Josh and Lisa, and by the way, Josh Tessening hasn't been in industry for very long. He's very young, as you can see. Lisa has been in industry very long as well. So compared to some agent, who has been in industry for decades, and Lisa and Josh, they are doing way better than other traditional agent, yeah?
Yeah.
So that is it. I mean, definitely, okay, let's keep going. And so my plan actually started, include this my course offer. By the way, you're gonna get it. And but for the people want to jump on board, who are gonna get this as well because you're already in the program.
Thanks.
So as a result, we will cheap following have the right tool to help them create a education-based marketing presentation. So and so I feel I can help the agent build lead gen system that can be automated as well. Because I was the reason why I was doing this is I tell you a story because when I was a salesperson, I started in a network marketing or door-to-door sales. I just found out I was wasting so much time to talk to the people who are not qualified, who don't want to talk to me. I'm not sure you have. I had every bad sales experience just because people not willing to talk to me, and I was trying to talk to them, and they just don't want to talk to me. So yeah, it is. So that's why I have so much pain, in that area. So I was trying to find a way. I said, how about I want to find a system, like a marketing system or lead gen system, getting people into some system. Then I wanted to give them enough information so they know what I do and what I'm offer, and they be educated about it. Then I'm gonna talk to them. So example, that's why like a webinar funnel has been built. That's why I use webinar funnel. Imagine you get people at the end of the webinar funnel when the people who are ready, who understand who you are. Yeah. Let's wait. Hey, hello. Are you still there?
Yep.
Someone was, just talking to me. So, but I finished. Now let's keep going, and then we finish as early as we can. So, yeah. So in the end, I was just trying to figure out a way, to build a system that can automate it. So the webinar, once people has a webinar not working, basically, they can use that tool, to automate it. And so that has been finished. And the last part I want to talk to people is how they can get most qualified leads into the or prospect into your webinar funnel. Some people, say, okay, well, I have a funnel now. Now I think you are great. You need to have a webinar funnel and a webinar presentation that is work. But a lot of the people we ask how I can get the traffic, because you need people going to attend your presentation or going to register your webinar as well. Yeah. Otherwise, just you still don't get it, because without the leads or without the people coming to your webinar funnel, what's the point of having a webinar funnel? Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Then I'll share a quick story. I was a digital marketer who worked with real estate agent, help them generate home seller leads. So try to figure out the best traffic source, to use to drive the target traffic into the business. And I really want to help the client, generate more leads, so I wouldn't have to, build a funnel for them doesn't do any traffic. So I want to figure out what's the most cost-effective way and a reliable, simple traffic strategy as well. But there are so many ways. I understand why internet marketing or digital marketing is so confusing now. This is the just Google search I've done. This is the real estate agent, and what's a way that you are using to, what's a strategy they are using to. They use a for sale by owner to do it. They use a direct mail, email marketing, social media, referral, and presentation, Facebook ads, blogging, SEO. Just I know, just so overwhelming. What I mean, so that is why the digital marketing is hard, because the reason it's hard because there's so many things, there's so many platforms, so many tools, so many strategies you can do, and most of the agents don't have time to do. Let's say even social media, Facebook is going to take a lot of time to learn, yeah. Then LinkedIn take a lot of time to learn, Twitter take a lot of time to learn, then Google SEO not a lot of time to learn. That is why most of the agents feel overwhelming. Okay, that's why they hire digital agents to do it.
Yeah, that's right.
I know it's overwhelming, and then I want to simplify. I want to say, okay, I want to simplify this. But actually, I found a simple way. And to hire a digital agency is not a good idea. Number one, costs a lot. Number two is, and so they actually, you know your target audience, which is your client, better than a digital agent. A digital agency who work with so many industry, like a digital agency who are not specialized. Most of the digital agencies actually don't specialize in real estate. They specialize in e-commerce or, either for the health industry. So there's no one, so they cannot, they're not like your market manager work with you like all the time, know the industry so well. And most of the digital agency, digital marketer, actually they just did some course, digital marketing course, then they started, doing this. So that's not a good idea. Then I have to figure out. So I started learning about this. Actually, I learned about SEO. I learned about Google ads, Facebook ads, a lot of the ads, a lot of the stuff. And I know how to do SEO right now. And I hope the agent done SEO. I know how to do Facebook ads. I either get a seller and a buyer. I also know how to run Google ads and plus the YouTube ads as well. So all the strategy, I was learning. And so, at that time, I was learning about, I was learning about this, about these things. And so, but one of the strategy I was learning, by the way, I used the Facebook ads, to help the real estate agent, gotten generate about 6 leads. But I give you an idea about how much you need to pay for it. But for him, I think maybe you pay less, because the suburb he work with has a median competition. He pay $15 to $20 per lead. That's what you're gonna get from Facebook ads. And then another time, because most of people who come from Facebook ads, they're not looking for agent. And so another time I was looking for Google ads as well. So in the Google Ads, then I was trying to find out how much, company pay Google Ads. Have you heard about a company called Open Agent, by the way?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, Open Agent. So I was research Open Agent. They use Google Ads to help the agent generate leads. And I said, how much do they pay for it? Then they have the ebook, and someone talked about it in the past. So they pay. So I checked about it. Cost about 91 cents for per click, or cost about like $2.70, which you pay $2.70 per click, just per click, not per leads. And quick through rate would be 2.5%. So I did a figure. I think Open Agent would pay $4. Let's say, I think for them would pay at least like $15 per lead, depends on how good this one.
Wow.
And the leads may not go because they just pay $2.70 per click, and people click into the website. Not everyone become leads. Then I think they can pay up to $3. I found it's really expensive for agent to get leads from Google Ads.
Yeah. That's right.
And so it makes sense. And they spend a lot of money doing this as well. And so another time, but I found something interesting. Let's say you go into a website like this and get a free consultation. You get a phone consultation, and you finish phone consultation. And once you finish phone consultation, what happens is you are going to a thank you page. So basically, you finish like an inquiry, you go into a thank you page. Yeah.
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 That's right.
That's right. And another time, I just had a brilliant idea that came to my mind. I thought about it. How about, because I know mortgage broker, and because I know mortgage broker actually who are running this kind of the ads as well, Google Ads to get leads, and most of the mortgage broker, who spend like similar money pretty much, yeah, because you target same kind of people, yeah, and to get leads. I think instead of like an agent trying to pay $15 per lead on Google Ads, how about how about the real estate agent, who can add, once people finish their free consultation, like normally mortgage broker will show this as well. How about redirect them to the real estate agent's webinar funnel? So once they finish, like request not just show them a thank you page, how about show them a page? So the real estate agent is okay. And apart from talking to a mortgage broker, do you also want to talk to a real estate agent to help yourself? Do you think the chance for them to getting into your funnel would be higher? Because someone talked to a mortgage broker, already been qualified, they wanted to buy a property, get a loan. That means that they are also maybe think about talk to a real estate agent to help them sell a property as well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Here is my light bulb will go up. I just found a brilliant way to do it, because you pay ads. Let's say either pay Google Ads or Facebook Ads. There's no guarantee you're gonna pay $15 getting leads. But that's a rough idea, because it depends on the industry and depends on sometimes Google Ads, Facebook Ads, they're changing all the time. Well, Facebook Ads can close down your ad account, so you're gonna lose all the traffic. And so let's say I give you an idea. Let's say for Open Agents, they're not just from Google Ads, they from all sorts of channels going to the funnel as well. From direct mail, from email, from referral, from this one.
Oh, yes.
So here is a marketing strategy. Actually, it's called integration marketing. And I did a research. I found a big company using it. Small business have no idea about it, but this one will help you really change the marketing. This is a truly ultimate traffic strategy I found out. Really good, because instead, like you just running ads and to pay $10, $15 per click, and there's no guarantee you're gonna get any leads or not. And I found out if you can integrate your funnel with a mortgage broker's thank you page. Let's say once a mortgage broker finish an inquiry, like someone vendor or buyer finish, then it's okay. Next page going to show a real estate webinar funnel. That's what I show. Then people can go into your presentation and to learn about how you can help them sell them how. Then you can present your offer. By doing this, and by the way, mortgage broker doesn't give this for free for you. You can negotiate. You can say, okay, how about I just add my webinar page, my web page. Like when people finish this one, you redirect your leads, your traffic into my funnel.
Yes,
that makes
that's
sense.
awesome. Yeah, so that would work really easily for a big franchise company, but from a local level, so would I approach a local mortgage broker?
Local mortgage broker may not have this one, but they may have the website, and at the website they may have a like contact us page. Contact us page. You can say, okay, once you finish contact inquiry, then redirect to your funnel.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
And the mortgage broker can do it, landscaper can do it, and the painter can do it. If they have a website, they must have a website. By the way, if they don't have a website, it's hard. But if they don't have a website, yeah, they must have a website. By the way, if you don't have a website, it's too hard. They must have a website. So by doing this, one, you can negotiate. What you can do, you can say, okay, and instead like you're gonna pay Google ads, they're gonna pay Google ads, they're gonna do whatever. They may not find Google ads, they may find different channel going to website and the inquiry, and so you can negotiate. You can say, okay, I pay $5 per lead for you. So mortgage broker maybe pay $15 from Google ads to get on leads. Then you pay $5 for the mortgage broker for leads. Mortgage broker will be happy. Why? Because he paid $15 getting leads. Then you pay $5 getting leads. So mortgage broker will only pay $10 for the leads.
Yeah, that's right.
So mortgage broker and you both getting leads. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And also you don't have to pay $15. You only pay $5 and you pay the fixed amount. Doesn't matter. Because the mortgage broker sometimes it's $15, sometimes you pay $20. Depends on how competitive the keywords is, and you only pay fixed amount for the mortgage broker.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome, yeah. And so this, and I thought about it, and I saw who else has doing this. But I found a company already been doing this, and just real estate agent has no idea about it, because once you're doing research, and the company already been doing this, and I can give you an idea about who is doing this as well. Have you heard of a company with a GoDaddy, by the way?
Yes.
You know, GoDaddy. GoDaddy usually sell like you got domain law of attraction. GoDaddy sell like a cheap domain, like $12 for 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think how much money GoDaddy make?
I don't know, billions.
Yeah, billions. GoDaddy make billions dollar revenue, but GoDaddy doesn't make money from selling like just $12. Then is how many domain you need to sell to make $1 billion revenue?
Yeah, they a lot.
Yeah. So what else do you think they sell?
They sell websites.
Yeah.
my son, we have a GoDaddy joke because I said, I don't want you to use GoDaddy. We'll just use crazy domains.
Yeah.
So of course now my son wants GoDaddy.
Yeah, I'll give you the idea of GoDaddy. So this is a GoDaddy. So GoDaddy also sell website builder, website. Also you want an email to your domain and have they work with the G Suite and Google and they also sell business car now. I think they one. So GoDaddy use this one as upsell, but I think I'm not talking about GoDaddy. I'm just talking about the website hosting company. No, website design. I think they integrate the Wix. Do you know Wix?
Yes.
Yeah. So let's say Wix. Wix doesn't need to do track. Of course, Wix are running Facebook ads, Google ads to get a customer to use a tool. But Wix is smart. What I mean smart is people buy domain. They definitely need a website. Otherwise, why do they buy domain for? Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
And Wix, I think Wix pays a GoDaddy affiliate commission. So when the people buy domain and then people go into Wix and Wix charge monthly subscription to use it. So Wix pay GoDaddy commission for GoDaddy, to use so GoDaddy can send a customer to Wix and Wix pay. And the Wix doesn't need to pay ads for Google ads, Facebook ads, and so Wix just pay GoDaddy is one. This is something called integration marketing. So Wix integrates the marketing process. And so when you finish domain, I can guarantee you're going to say a website builder and then direct to Wix and then subscribe to Wix, learn how to build a Wix website. And then Wix can get a customer from GoDaddy. And Wix only pay for customers. So Wix doesn't pay for traffic, doesn't pay for Google ads, Facebook ads, and Wix only pay for customers.
Yeah. Okay, that's fascinating.
That's fascinating. That's how big companies they are doing marketing. This is called integration marketing. Okay, this can be done online, but they say, okay, I'm a local business. Maybe I don't have this. Maybe most of the mortgage broker, they don't have a website. How I can integrate. So that is the time I was looking for, how you can do offline. And so I was doing research by the GoDaddy finish. you know Bill Gates, yeah?
Yes.
And this can be done offline as well. And Bill Gates did this in offline. And so this strategy works online and offline, called integration marketing. You integrate your marketing process with other business marketing process. And I tell you a quick story about Bill Gates. And he's one of the best marketer. Pretty much most people don't. Most people thought that he's a programmer, IT professional. No, actually he's he is a brilliant marketer. And when he founded the Microsoft back in 1980s, when they get started, they didn't have much money, to do advertising. And at that time, there's no Facebook, there's no internet as well. So they cannot run any Google ads, Facebook ads. And the only way for them to do is TV ads, Most people do TV ads, and it's really expensive as well. Think about TV ads, and you have to advertise. And also, just let you know, and also at that time, Bill Gates, at that time, when they get started the company, that develop software, and most people actually don't have the PC at that time. So for them to do TV ads, it's not a really good idea because not too many people have a computer. You just TV ads, then try to sell software, and how many people have a computer? So it's not a really cost-effective way to. So Bill Gates have to figure out a way how he can sell his product to the customers. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so at that time, IBM at that time just try to enter the PC world, which is the personal computer business, because they saw Apple has launched the personal computers. IBM at that time, they are, back to 1980s, IBM at that time, they are, these companies, they are manufacturing big, like a commercial computer. Yeah, you say IBM big computer. Have you saw it in the past?
Yeah.
Yeah, they are not doing PC, but PC, then they try to enter the PC, try to compete with Apple. And when they try to compete with Apple, and then, but in order for, at that time, Apple has their operating system called Mac. You need to have an operating system to run the software. Otherwise, your computer doesn't work. Yeah, now we know. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So Apple, they have their computer like called Mac. They have their operating system. But IBM wanted to compete with Apple. Then Apple is not willing to give the operating to IBM as well. Doesn't know Apple is not going to give the operating system to competitor. Yeah.
No, that's right.
No, they're going to still be. So IBM have to figure out, how we can, so they manufacture hardware, and at times they know how to build their computer, like a small one, but they don't know how to do software. And they need to find someone to do it. And then they know they have two companies, by the way. Bill Gates is one, another one is called Digital Research is another one. So another company actually is bigger than Bill Gates one.
Oh, really? Yeah,
so the two companies going to do the auction. So IBM just choose, okay, should I choose Bill Gates or should I choose another company? But there are some other agreement, and the company, the other company didn't agree. IBM, that's some of the restrictions. So other companies just they're not going to sign a contract, help the IBM develop operations. Then Bill Gates get the contract. So Bill Gates, he got a contract. And so he got a contract. And but here is a smart way, and he won it. And he agreed with everything. IBM agreed, but he put it under, I think, 3 conditions as well. He said, and IBM. So if you launch PC, okay, so your PC, and then we're gonna help you develop the software. And that time they call MS-DOS. Is a vendor version 1, every basic one, but it can run. So they make sure the computer can work. And that time, at the time IBM, Bill Gates said, so when people bought your PC, and then you want to buy the software, and that software, I think I remember, one is sell about $97, and the other one sell $249, 2 version, and sell as a license. But on other sense, I think it's smart about Bill Gates. Actually, Bill Gates didn't have the software. He went to this meeting with nothing, empty hand. And then I talked to a guy, but he know a person who has the software, and the person, who has the software. So he bought the software from that person, and then, but he sold the software to IBM. So I was not sure whether IBM wanted or not. So he sold the software to the IBM. IBM said, okay, we will willing to pay your license, 97 and 497, and that's why we will pay your vendor license now. So we wanted to pay for you. Then once he, okay, he knows that someone will buy it. Then he went to the guy and spent $75,000 bought the whole license from him and bought the whole product from him with the source code, and then sell to the IBM as a license. And Bill Gates is really smart at the time. And also, I think the second thing is really smart is, okay, he said, okay, for every customers, upgrade to, because they need to buy IBM's machine. They also need to buy, Microsoft operating system. Okay, he said, for every customer who bought a Microsoft, software, which is the operating system, we want to manage the client relationship. That's the one thing. That's really smart.
Wow.
Why? It's because IBM, and it means IBM sold their hardware to the customers, and now the customer need to buy the software, and then all of the customer's contact detail will be handled to Bill Gates.
Wow, clever.
So Bill Gates can sell anything in the future to IBM's customers.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's amazing, yeah. So
yeah.
And so that's how Bill Gates, grow the company Microsoft from so quickly. So IBM at that time, IBM is one of the biggest companies. They have millions of customers. At that time, when they launch a PC, even if they have is a new product, but how many customers do you think they're gonna have? They're gonna have a lot of customers, and Bill Gates just take the customer for free.
Very clever.
Very clever, really clever. That is a strategy. So this is called so Bill Gates integrate his marketing process. He get a customer from IBM and with IBM's business. So IBM get customers from advertising, from TV ads. And then IBM trying to sell PC. They are using TV ads. They have money. They have big budget. They are using all sorts of trying to sell the PC. Once they sold it, and people buy the PC, people also buy the operating system. When the people buy the operating system, people need to then all of the contact. All of the client's relationship will be managed with Microsoft. So Microsoft will take all of the client's, relationship. Because why? Because Microsoft wanted to give the support, teaching people how to use the operating system. So Bill Gates get all of the contact detail from all of the IBM's customers' contact detail for free.
Yeah, very amazing.
That's millions of customers. And then when Microsoft launching new product in the future, Microsoft has millions of customers database. Very clever, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Awesome. This can be done offline, and that's how Bill Gates built his company Microsoft. And then I show you how you can do in the local level. It's all Bill Gates offer big company, but how you can build it? So how you can do it? This is something I explained so well. I think I call it strategic partnership. You must find out a company or a business in your local area who are spending so much money, are doing marketing, get a lot of customers. I get your customers, by the way. So who do you think in your local area, like who are doing a lot of marketing, who get a lot of customers, like your customers? Then you can integrate your funnel with their marketing. Do you know anyone you know?
Well, that's why I'm going to work on the conveyancer and just choose one. Before I was promoting all the conveyancers and not getting anything. Now I'll promote the one conveyancer. And then I want to try and do it with a home stylist as well.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if she'll work with me because she's already working with the Ray Whites, but I'm going to try.
This depends on what kind of benefit you can bring to them as well. Not only just pay them commission, maybe look at what is the property stylist need, and then you can. By the way, once you've done my marketing training, I think you already know how to do marketing. Maybe you offer free marketing consultation for the property stylist, helping them grow business, and then because the more value you bring to them, it's kind of reciprocity, reciprocity, yeah?
Yeah, that's right.
Then the more reciprocity they got, the more willing they're going to give it back to you.
Yes.
Yeah, because if they partner with other agent and other agent doesn't give them anything, just give them commission, you give them more than just commission, and then they're going to go with you. But this is I wanted to, so you're going to have a funnel and you're going to integrate your funnel. This is offline. There are two types of integration marketing can do. One is called traffic integration. Traffic integration is someone has a website, you can integrate your funnel with someone's thank you page. Like someone has a contact page, finish a thank you page, you can integrate. That's online. Offline, you can do is called a transaction integration. Let's say a convincer who finishing a transaction with a client. Okay, send an invoice, finish, and what you can do, you can also ask the convincer send an email for you to say, okay, in the email, let's say finish the transaction. Once the client paid it for the convincer, you know, okay, do you also want to talk to a real estate agent? If the convincer will send an email, in your email, you write a good email and use a Funne script and tell the convincer, the customer, going to watch your webinar.
Yes.
So
okay.
your convincer, the customers will go into your funnel.
Yeah, awesome.
And this is one called transaction integration, which is and the point your convincer the customer have finished the transaction. So I'm sure this can be done because the convincer already finished transactions. The customer paid the money for convincer. Then the customer is no value for the convincer anymore because the customer is not going to pay convincer any more money. Do you got what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they already got a service from you, you already help them. So the customers, there's no value for convince anymore, but the customer will be value to you. Does it make sense?
Yeah, that's right.
Then you will get a customer from the convincer. And this is not only just can do with convincer, it can with do mortgage broker, local landscaper, local property stylist. Any business, you can integrate your funnel with the marketing process, any business. Then you are going to get a lot of qualified prospect from them. And that is the best type of prospect going to your presentation because they are thinking about another time. That is the point. They are thinking about remember the buyer's demand pyramid. People need to reach to a point on top of pyramid. They are thinking about aging. Then they start researching information about aging. Yeah. It's because if you can find a business like a local mortgage broker, it's because the people already deal with a mortgage broker. Now, next step, they are looking for agent. Then, if you have a presentation to teach you, okay, how we can help you sell a property, and the presentation is free, and then for them, and they are looking for information, then they're going to go into your webinar, register. When they register, you get all the contact detail, and then your webinar help them convert the prospect into appointment.
Yeah, okay, awesome.
Now you understand the whole process now.
Sorry, what was that?
Now do you understand the whole process now?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so that is so let's just summarize what the whole real estate lead gen process. That's three key part. Part number one, you need to have part number one, you need to have education-based marketing presentation. And I have one, this is the formula, Ross Branson's the perfect webinar. That's the number one. They must have. Without one, without that one, it's too hard to, to qualify the needs. You have to spend a lot of time, maybe phone call qualify. Without that one, you are only deal 3%. And also, you are going to, you're going to spend a lot of time on qualify them and warm up them. That's number one. Number two, you need is a funnel script. Because without one, it's very hard. It takes a lot of time to create them, to create the presentation. And so you need a tool, funnel script. And the third one, you need integration marketing, which is integrate your online, you integrate your funnel with either mortgage broker's website or convincer's website, if they do have a website, and online one, offline, you integrate your marketing funnel and the transaction point, which is mortgage broker already finished the transaction with their customers. By doing this, you're gonna have the most qualified traffic go into your webinar funnel, and your webinar funnel is designed to convert this, cold prospect into appointment. So that's the whole process.
Awesome, thanks so much.
This whole process can be automated as well, because once you have built a relationship with the convincer, and then you may need to spend time to maintain it, but this process can be automated because then they can keep just sending leads to you all the time because they are going to keep getting your customers. Yeah.
Yeah,
if
that's
you keep
right.
getting new customers, then they're gonna keep sending you the customers.
Yeah, this is awesome.
This is awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
And also the webinar presentation. I know at the beginning you may do live like I did, and because you wanted to know how it works, but after a couple of times, you know, okay, live it works now you can use the software to automate it. So now you have a fully automated prospecting system work for you, and your job is only do the phone call and make an appointment. By doing this, you're gonna save so much time. So, okay, the goal of this one is not going to help you, you know, generally. The goal of that is to take all of your time, you spend time doing prospecting. So now you have so much time to only focus on selling and listing property.
That's fantastic.
That's
Awesome.
fantastic. It. That is the things we are working on, by the way.
All right, I'll get busy and I'm going to quickly whip up my offer, get my videos, get my funnel.
And also I launched the lesson 1 of the module 2. You can watch the module 2 and the module 2. And then have you received an email? I sent it to you yesterday about the module 2.
Yes, I have received the email. I haven't opened it yet, but I'm looking
you can watch
forward
it and
to
start doing it. And because the quicker you can do, the quicker you can have the system work for you.
All right, I'm really keen.
Yeah.
We've been traveling a little bit, so I do apologize, but yeah, getting into a routine now.
Okay, great. Or from this one, any question you've got?
No, I think I've taken enough notes and you explain it so well that I'm pretty covered. Now I just need to make the move. But I'm very grateful for all your time on a Sunday, so thank you.
Yeah, actually I was, do this for a lot of agents, but a lot of agents, cannot attend for some reason. I'm trying to do this every single week now. But if you can invite someone, who can benefit some of the agent, because then I will get more agent,
Okay, I will. I'll definitely. I know a couple of agents for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So if you have any questions, send me an email, and I will reply you as soon as I can.
All right. Have a great evening. Thanks again.
Bye.
Bye.